Have you ever felt a strange tension around someone close, like their words smile but something underneath doesn't feel right? Carl Jung once said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." Sometimes, those we trust the most carry hidden resentment or envy, buried so deep even they may not see it. But your intuition often does. You feel it in a quiet glance, a strange silence, or a comment that just doesn't sit well. In this video, we'll explore 8 subtle psychological signs that someone close may secretly harbor hate. Not to judge, but to understand. Because when we see the shadow clearly, we can choose peace and protect our hearts without closing them. Let's begin. First sign, passive-aggressive behavior. Sometimes hate doesn't shout, it whispers. It hides behind jokes, sarcasm, and just kidding. This is passive aggression, and it's one of the most common signs of hidden resentment. Carl Jung believed that what we repress doesn't disappear. It simply moves into the shadow, the unconscious part of the psyche. And when someone hasn't made peace with their own frustrations or envy, it often leaks out sideways, through subtle jabs and disguised criticism. You'll notice this when someone close makes a comment that sounds playful, but it cuts just a little too deep. Or they forget to support you at a moment that matters. It's not overt hatred. It's a quiet rebellion. And your nervous system often picks it up before your mind can explain it. Second, emotional detachment. There's a unique kind of pain in realizing someone close to you has emotionally checked out. They're still around physically, but their warmth is gone. They respond with short answers, avoid meaningful conversations, or show little interest in your joys and struggles. Carl Jung taught that people often project what they can't face within themselves. Emotional detachment may signal that this person is projecting their own discomfort or unresolved feelings onto you. Instead of confronting what's bothering them, they withdraw. It's not always conscious. Sometimes it's their way of protecting their ego or avoiding the truth their shadow is trying to reveal. But the message your heart receives is loud and clear. I don't feel safe being open with you anymore. Third sign, subtle undermining, the mask of concern. Have you ever shared a goal or idea only for someone close to respond with, "Are you sure that's a good idea?" Or, "I just don't want you to get your hopes up." On the surface, this sounds like concern, but beneath it, it's a quiet attempt to undermine your confidence and limit your potential. Carl Jung believed that people often project their own fears, insecurities, or envy onto others. When someone feels threatened by your growth or success, they may unconsciously try to hold you back. This concern isn't truly about your well-being. It's about keeping you in a place where they feel more secure. True support encourages you to rise and grow, even when it challenges you. Subtle undermining, however, works to keep you stuck, maintaining a comfort zone that benefits them, not you. Fourth sign, dismissal of your pain. When someone close to you dismisses or belittles your pain, it's more than just a lack of empathy. It often points to a deeper psychological issue. Carl Jung's concept of the anima and animus, the inner feminine and masculine energies within us, suggests that when these energies aren't fully integrated, our ability to empathize and connect emotionally can become stunted or distorted. If they downplay your struggles, compare them to their own, or tell you to just get over it, it may be because they can't connect with your vulnerability. They haven't fully embraced their own. Instead of offering the comfort you need, they deflect, minimize, or redirect. This emotional avoidance often reveals the shadow, the parts of themselves they refuse to face. True empathy sees your pain and joins with it, while dismissal shuts it out. Sign 5. Competitive concern, hidden jealousy in disguise. A person who secretly harbors resentment may disguise their jealousy as concern. They might say things like, "I'm just worried you're setting yourself up for disappointment," or I only want what's best for you. On the surface, these words seem like genuine care, but underneath, there's a subtle form of emotional competition, a quiet attempt to keep you in a place where they feel more secure. Carl Jung believed that jealousy often arises from one's own unacknowledged feelings of inadequacy or fear of being overshadowed. Rather than supporting your success, they may unconsciously try to limit it. Their help is often more about managing their own discomfort and insecurities, masking their envy with a facade of protection. Sign 6. Scorekeeping, conditional love. Have you ever noticed someone reminding you of what they've done for you, almost as if keeping a tally? Remember when I helped you with that? You owe me one. What seems like innocent conversation often reveals conditional love, a deeper emotional issue rooted in insecurity. Carl Jung believed that when someone hasn't integrated their shadow, they operate from a place of neediness or self-interest. They give, not out of generosity, but with the expectation of something in return. Scorekeeping isn't about true connection, it's about control, making sure they get their fair share. Real love is given freely, without expectation. When someone keeps a tally of favors, it reflects an ego-driven imbalance, not mutual respect. Sign 7. Secret rivalry. A subtle sign of hidden resentment is when someone close seems to always compete with you, even when it doesn't make sense. This rivalry often shows up as one-upmanship, where they have to have the last word or subtly undermine your successes, even in casual conversation. Carl Jung explained that the shadow holds parts of ourselves we're unwilling to acknowledge. When someone competes with you secretly, it may be because they're projecting their own feelings of inadequacy or unresolved competition. They feel threatened by your progress, and instead of supporting you, try to surpass you, even when it's unnecessary. This rivalry isn't always obvious. It's often masked as playful banter. But deep down it reveals that they haven't made peace with their own inner conflicts, projecting that struggle onto you. Final sign: exclusion, the subtle art of isolation. One of the most painful signs of hidden resentment is when someone close starts excluding you from events, conversations, or decisions, often without clear reason. It's a quiet rejection that leaves you feeling isolated, even though you've done nothing wrong. Carl Jung believed that when someone hasn't integrated their shadow, they push away what they can't accept in themselves. This can show up as excluding you from gatherings or leaving you out of important discussions. It feels like a cold distance, as though you no longer belong, even when you once did. Instead of confronting their feelings, they reject you passively. It signals unresolved emotional conflict, and it's a reminder to protect your emotional space when faced with withdrawal. Final thoughts. Recognizing these signs of hidden resentment can help you protect your emotional well-being and set healthier boundaries. Remember, people are complex, and their actions often speak louder than words. By understanding these subtle cues, you can navigate relationships more consciously, without carrying unnecessary emotional weight. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe to the Mature Soul channel, and share with others who might benefit. Thank you for watching.